Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to Vibrations with Vito. I am your host, Vito. This is episode 22. I feel magnificent today. I was off today. That's always good for the brain, for the well-being. Everybody needs a day off. So yeah, I feel great today. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube, Vibrations with Vito, you can also find me on Spotify and Apple, same name, Vibrations with Vito. I'm on TikTok, same name, Vibrations with Vito, everywhere. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your barbers, tell your hairdressers, tell everybody. I'm not going anywhere. I truly enjoy doing this. I want to say I appreciate everybody who tunes in weekly. It means a lot. I hope you keep enjoying. The message for the week is a quote from the great Tony Bennett. He had a birthday earlier this week, and I'm going to read it word for word. I don't want to paraphrase. So this is from Tony Bennett. Message for the week. It sounds so simple, but if you just be yourself, you're different than everyone else. So be different. God created us to be different. He doesn't want everyone to be the same, so don't do something because someone else is doing it. Do you. Be you. And that ties in well to a song, actually, that I heard on the way here for the great Styles P from the Locks. Shout out to Styles P, Panero, Ghost, all those nicknames. It's called Golden, featuring Xander. Xander does the singing, and the chorus is it relates to what I just said. It's be who you are, say what you mean, feel what you feel. You got to believe that you're golden. And that's, you got to be golden. Everybody's golden. So that is enough out of me. I have a special guest here with me today. This man is the definition of class. This man bleeds integrity. This man gave me my first haircut. This man is the greatest barber in the history of barbers, and I'll stand by that. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome a good friend of mine, Miguel Velez. Hey, my man. How you doing?
Good. This is so awesome.
Yeah, man. Nice shirt.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
So if you are just listening, we both have the same shirt on. I support businesses out here, businesses that I believe, I should say, and I've been rocking with you since I was 5. Straight up and down, since I was 5.
So crazy.
Yes. So shout out to Miguel's Riverside Barbershop. What is the exact address? You want to tell?
105 Market Street, Bristol, PA, Bristol Borough.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the borough.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a phone? Do you like to do the phone number, or you like to tell them to just download the app?
We do have a phone number, but the easiest and most simplest way is we have an app. Just download the app on any platform, either Apple or it's Miguel's Riverside Barbershop in the App Store. So just download the app. It's very simple, so self-explanatory. Mm-hmm. There's 3 barbers. Yeah, click on whatever barber you want, and whatever is available, that's what pops up.
Right. They're gonna have a lot of difficulty booking with you specifically. If you want a haircut from Miguel now, you're gonna have to book for 4 months in advance, and I am not exaggerating. But yeah, so what I don't know how to do it on Android because you do the App Store via Apple. So however you download your apps, type in Miguel's Riverside Barbershop, and there's a picture of the 3 barbers that are there. Miguel, shout out to Romeo, shout out to Angelo. Click their names and book what's available. Simple as that. The phone number, I'll put it on the screen, but we don't recommend that. Just download the app, and then they'll see it when you see it. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you inviting me. This is super dope. Super dope.
I felt like I had to, and I wanted to do it in chronological order. I said that when I got my cut last time. I said I want to get all 3 of you on.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because I met you first. You were my first barber. Then the transition to Romeo, and then I met Angelo there. So I'm gonna, I think I should do it in that order. But you gave me my first haircut.
Crazy.
It's my first barber ever.
So crazy.
So here's my question: when did you first start cutting hair? Do you remember what age you gave your first haircut? Loaded question.
Yeah, no. So I was probably like 13 years old. 13 years old, and it was obviously my brother's. I think, we wanted haircuts. It's like often, but we didn't get haircuts as often as we wanted. Like, we're boys, we're 13, 14 years old, trying to hit that age where you want to look good, you know? Like, you're trying to... so my mom, she had a little cheap, like, clipper set that she bought at Kmart at the time, so she was my age, but she had a Kmart. So I'm like, my brother was like, woof, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I could do this. I'm actually good, like, at drawing, so I had, like, the artistic, like, touch. So I'm like, I think I could do this. So I sat him on a bucket in the basement. I'm like, yo, let's do this. So I just kind of little by little, I just did a little, like, trimming here and there in the neck part, and then did his sideburns, and I didn't go too crazy. But yeah, it was like I was like 13 when I first did like the first like little official, and then little cut, and then like I don't know, a month later after that, I'm like, yo, let me do this again. So it wasn't as often, but I was just messing with it.
And did you instantly like enjoy cutting hair?
So I just thought it was like I said, I was into like art. So to me, it became like a different form of art. It's a different art form. Yes, it is. It is. So. As I got older, obviously I was practicing on my brothers, and then my little cousins were my next step of my little test rats. So I did my cousins, and then all my friends, like my cousins' friends and the neighbors were like, "Oh, yo, you got a haircut?" And I wasn't charging no one at the time. I'm just learning. Yeah. So I was getting all like the neighborhood kids like lining up in my basement, and then that's it. From there, it was history, and I kind of liked the. Just like making people look good and making that transformation.
So satisfying.
Yeah. So it would be like obviously my cousins or my brothers, they wouldn't have a haircut for like 3 or 4 months. So you know what that would look like. You don't get a haircut for 4 months. Yeah. So that would be like, then I'm cutting their hair. So that transition is like, yo, I just made you look like something.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Yeah.
You said it best. It is a form of art, especially. Like when you do the fading and like you know like you have long hair kind of. Right now, you used to have like a hockey flow kind of go. So when you went from that flowed into the beard, like it really is like an art. And you specifically, you take your time always. Yeah. And I think that plays a part in that like you have so many customers because they all know what they're getting from you.
Yeah, it's like
delicate. You're delicate.
Well, yeah, and I take pride in my stuff, you know. So like I just do like I don't know, I can't explain it, but it's like I want to take my time, make this person look good, feel good, and I know for a fact they'll come back. And that's how you like with anything, whether it's I don't know a restaurant or cutting hair, or you want that return. You know what I mean? You want them to come back, and then that's how you build the clientele, the business, and all. So
and you have a fair amount of clientele. I'll say. Do you have a rough estimate of how many clients?
No, I don't have a number. No. I just know that before I had the app, people would just text me or call me saying I'm on my way, but they would wait 2 hours for a haircut. But I remember having probably like 1,800 to 2,000 like phone numbers in my phone, and I couldn't like my thing was like. My storage was full.
Yeah, just from contacts.
And some of it was multiple, like...
Oh, nice.
That was a nice pop.
Nice. Last time I had a cork, it took me like 7 tries, fun fact. Broke in half. This is per your choice. Yeah. We don't do free advertisement here, but this, I'm actually eager to try this. This is called 19 Crimes. This is Snoop Dogg's wine. Shout out to Snoop. But I've seen it a lot. Yeah. And you said this is your favorite right now?
Yeah, it's like my go-to for the moment. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is gonna be new for me. This is
I like
new territory. Yeah. Okay, good. So people sit back, relax. This is I think your favorite part of the show is definitely mine. Here's the pour. For you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful. Yeah. So I can't really. So let's get into this here. So you started cutting hair around 13, but not taking it too serious, where it was like a career path yet. What age would you say you thought it could be a career?
I was probably 20. 20 years old. So graduating high school, I went to technical school, trade school for networking, electronics and computer networking. did not like it. Like I graduated high school in 1998, so that was like the big thing was like working on computers.
Right.
So like, and I went to school for that, and I did not like it. So I kind of like dropped out of that, and then just worked at a factory full time, like working in a warehouse, driving a forklift, and it was decent, had benefits. The pay was good for me coming from high school to what I was doing. So then in 1999, and meanwhile, I was still cutting hair, like all my homies, the neighborhood kids, and stuff like that, and probably charging like $5 a haircut, like because I had these my outliners were battery operated, and it was just like, give me $5 or bring a pack of batteries so I can like give you a shape up with these outliners.
I need double A's.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess my name got around, like as far as like cutting hair, like. So there was a barbershop in Levittown, and the owner, he kept asking people, he was going around like, who cut your hair? And he kept hearing Miguel. I was like, who's this Miguel kid? So somehow he got my phone number. In 1999, he calls me, and he's like, hello, this is Steve. Yeah. I want to know if you want to work at a barbershop. I'm like, I don't have no, like, I'm not certified.
Right.
I really haven't been taught the proper way. He's like, don't worry about it. Come here. I'll set you up. We'll do an apprenticeship program with you. I'm like, all right. So he's like, can you come this Saturday? I'm like, for sure. So that Saturday, I'm so excited. Like, it's like, I'm like amped to get there. I get to the barbershop. I stand behind the chair. He shows me around. I stand behind the chair. And then people start walking in. I'm like, holy smokes. I felt like I had to perform. Like, I'm like standing on the front stage, and I'm like, there's people looking at me. I'm like, but they don't know who I am. I have to prove myself to them for them to sit in my chair. And I'm like, dang.
It's a lot of pressure.
So, like, the owner of the shop, he just was like throwing people in my chair. I was cutting them up. And at the same time, he was teaching me the proper techniques on how to use scissors and stuff like that. So that was the first Saturday. Then he's like, do you want to come back during the week? I'm like, well, I still have a full-time job. He's like, what time are you done? I'm like, 3 o'clock. He's like, okay, come 3:30 when you get here till 6, we close. And then, so I did that for like 2 years. So I worked full-time at my daytime job and part-time at the barbershop, putting in my hours as well for the apprenticeship, but learning at the same time. 2 years going into it, I'm like, this is what I want to do. I'm like, I seen the potential of the income. It's something that I like. It came easy to me, natural. And before that, I wasn't the most like talkative person. I was super shy, quiet, and that just being in a barbershop opened me up. Like to talk to people, converse with a little 5-year-old kid sitting in a chair, or someone like in their 90s. You have to be so diverse in conversations. So it opened me up. I've learned so much. And 2000, I quit my full-time job and then went full-time at the barbershop, and that was it. I'm like, this is it, and there's no turning back. And at the same time, I had to prove to my parents, because I just moved out too, I had to prove to my parents that like what I'm gonna do is gonna financially like
secure me.
Yeah,
right.
so I definitely had to make a couple points across and prove to the area that I'm like the best barber in my mind.
And I said it in your intro. I don't really care how that sounds. All respect to everybody else, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but you have been putting in the work for quite some time, and the clientele and the results show for themselves. So I'll stand by that. You're the greatest barber in the tri-state area for sure.
Hold on here. Let's cheers to that.
Cheers, my man.
Salud.
My man.
I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I do remember you coming in. I don't remember your first time coming in because it was probably just like I don't know. But I do remember you being like a little guy coming in.
Blonde hair.
Yeah, right. Your sister used to bring you in.
Shout out to Angela.
Yes, she brought you in. I do see.
So my vivid memory. I wouldn't say vivid. What's the word? It's like a scattery.
Yeah.
It's scattered memory. But I'm a very nervous person. It doesn't really show, but that's good. But so we, she takes me to this barbershop, literally walking distance from our house. We're not gonna plug they don't deserve it. But so she drives me there, and she goes, she's walking like down. You were like probably like second or third to last.
In
the chairs. So we're walking. She's looking at like who should cut my brother's hair, and she just picked you.
Yeah.
Straight up. She was just like, I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then I sat in the chair and like literally, when we got in the car, I remember her asking me like, how was it? And I was like, well, he was like really delicate. And I was like, I enjoyed it. So she was like, okay. So Miguel, all right. So we took note, and then like every other week, like literally, I've seen you like once a month from the age of 5 until now,
That's so
which is
crazy.
crazy. So you've been a part of my life for a very long time. So I appreciate you for that.
That's
Yeah,
so
man.
crazy.
This life thing is crazy.
Oh, for sure.
So when did you realize that I should have my own shop?
So honestly, like, so I worked for that barbershop for 12 years. Like, I want to say like 6 years into it, I'm like, I think I'm ready. So I was saying it to myself.
Right.
Financially, I wasn't ready to like get a storefront, none of that stuff. I was young. But I'm like, I don't know. It's like you procrastinate on stuff. Like, I kept saying, I'm going to open up my shop one day. But there was no like set date, time frame in my life or nothing. I'm like, I was just saying it. So for that specific place, I was kind of like pretty much running the shop out after a while. I was doing the finances, helping them out, like deposits and stuff like that, opening, closing, and just kind of like doing like all the legwork to keep a business on his daily routine.
Right.
Which was like, after a while, I was like getting frustrated. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, for no extra money, I was just doing it. Yeah. And it's like, I always say this, it's like the Karate Kid, like Mr. Miyagi's like wax on, wax off. And he's like, why the heck am I doing this? Well, years later, I got the opportunity. So I grew up in Bristol Borough. Went to high school in Bristol Borough. Parents live there. They don't live there now, but so everyone, the community in Bristol Borough, they followed me to the shop in Levittown, whatever. So the old barbershop that I used to go to as a child was still existed. So the guy was 90-something years old. Wow. He was still cutting hair. Wasn't cutting too many heads a day, but he was still in there. Well, he had passed away. And the owner of the building was one of the high school teachers at my old high school. Damn. So he contacted me. He's like, I know you're from the town. You're a barber. You cut hair. There's a barbershop that's available if you want it, like ASAP. It just needs some renovation, needs some work, but it's an existing barbershop, has chairs, has whatever you need. And I was like, holy smokes. Right. So it caught me off guard. I'm like, dang. I wasn't ready though. So I remember just calling, like, I'm like, all right, I'll get back to you. I'll let you know, like, by tomorrow. He said, all right, let me know, because I have another list of people, like other people that want, like, I can offer this opportunity to. I'm like, call my dad. I'm like, Pop, just got this opportunity to open up a shop. Like, I don't have like a ton of money. I don't even know what it's gonna cost. I might have the money to cover it. I don't know. I'm like, this is just thrown at me like in the wild. So I'm like, he's like, what do you think? I'm like, I was nervous. He's like, let's do it. I'm like, holy smokes.
Shout out to Pop.
Yeah, dude. So I called Mr. Pinelli up, hit him up. I was like, I'm doing this. He's like, all right, when can we meet up for a lease? I'm like, I didn't even get to check the place out. Yeah. So I just went and did it. So going back to like the Mr. Miyagi thing, like once I got my own place, I already knew what to do. Right. Like I knew how to run the business as far as, you know what I mean? And then being in the barber industry, I have so many contacts. Like I had an accountant on board already. Mm-hmm. I had whatever, people that helped me out, like do construction on board. Like, so just that helped me out as well. Yeah, dude, so it was just like, let's do this, and boom, that's like how it happened. It wasn't like a gradual thing. There was no business plan. Right. It was just, we made it work with what we had.
So what you should take from that, people, is take chances.
For sure.
Honestly, you got to take chances to make something happen, and he did that, and you have the best barbershop, period,
so, yeah,
in the state.
Yeah, so that was my thing. I was like, all right, let me do this. And I left the old shop on good terms. I'm like, the worst thing that can happen is I come back. Like, that didn't work out. Yeah. So I left everything in good terms. Good. Like, no, there was no
bad blood, nothing.
Yeah, so the barbershop that I was in, my first 300 square feet. Bro, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Like, it was small.
Yeah, I remember.
300 square
I followed
feet. Some
you there.
people's bedrooms are bigger than 300 square feet.
Yo,
it's like,
straight
dude,
up.
it was so small.
I like that when you were at that shop, you had like the old pictures from like the original.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah, kept
that
the
was
old
necessary.
feel. Because that barbershop was existing since 1922. A current barbershop. Since
That's so
1922.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, in hindsight, you doing all that legwork that you said for that other shop kind of molded you to be ready to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Speaking of blessing, your brother, his brand is called Blessed.
Yes, blessed.
Okay.
Blessed.
Do you want to explain that to the people?
Yeah. So it's we it's something that like me and my brothers, something he came up with. He wants to live his like blessed life. So it's faith, hard work, faith, and gratitude is the three things that you go by. So if you look at his logo that says blessed, it's all like the word blessed is all capitalized, but the E is the number 3. So that's what it's the 3 things he lives by.
Yeah.
Faith, hard work, and gratitude. Yeah, I actually got it like tattooed on me.
That's
and it's a
fire.
logo that
Nice.
the cross is your faith, the hammer is the hard work, and that circle is gratitude, and the 3 points.
That's dope. And he celebrated his 4-year
So
anniversary this week?
So for that line,
Brand,
yes,
yeah.
that the blessed line has been
Right.
4 years. He has like apparel that says blessed, and he once a month or once every other month he switches it up. It comes up with some stuff.
Right.
He just came out for that. He had one that says grateful. So it says it's like blessed line, but you're like
Yeah.
just be grateful for what you have, you know. So it's like that's like his.
If you could comp me a medium, I would love to
Yeah,
pay
I got you.
and buy
I got
a
you.
shirt.
It's
I would
like
love
and it's
that.
a baby blue. It's a super dope like
Ooh, I
summer
like
color.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. So it's just a coincidence. I've had this.
That's
cup.
how I was staring at it. Yeah,
I have that cup that says blessed because we are blessed. Every day
Yeah.
you wake up, you're blessed. You
Yes.
know, people might not have much, people might not have anything, but if you have life, you're blessed. So yeah, that's dope.
And that's the dude. If you live by faith, dude, it's
Yeah,
everything.
yo.
You work
Seriously.
hard,
Yeah.
like and make a decent living, and
You can make something out of
gratitude,
yourself.
and then have gratitude. Be grateful for everything you have.
Yes.
And that's it. Like it's simple, but it's a lot.
Yeah. No, exactly. It means a lot. It holds weight. Hold a lot of weight.
Yes.
Shit.
Shout out to Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to, so most of the guests that I have here usually are very nervous, you know, because they've never done anything like this. But you,
Yeah.
your brother has a podcast.
Sure does.
So you're this is nothing to you.
Yeah.
You're not new to the podcast game.
No.
Let's plug that. So it's Rotated Views, correct?
Yes, Rotated Views podcast
On every platform.
Yes, everything right now. Yeah, so for that's going 6 years strong.
Sheesh.
We just released episode 303, I think it is. 302 or 3.
303.
Yeah, and we just do one a week.
Wow.
For 6 years, one a week, never missed a beat.
That's a
Yes.
blessing. That's a
Yeah.
blessing.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe who knows? Maybe one of these days you catch me on one of them. But
yeah, we'll definitely have you on.
I would love to have your brother on here too. But that's dope. So if you want to support Rotated Views, I'll pop the logo right here too if you're watching. But yeah, Rotated Views on every platform. So shout out to your brother. What's his name? Jim?
Jimmy Lee.
Jimmy Lee.
Yep,
Jimmy Lee. Shout out to Jimmy Lee.
Jimmy Lee.
Okay, word. So here's a core memory that I have of you at the barbershop. This is when you moved to across the street from where you are now. So the first place after you left that other place.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on this particular day, but it was just you. And it was just you and I. The year was 2012.
Wow.
I'll never forget this day, honestly. And you were playing music. It was just you and me. You were cutting my hair. And this was the first time that I had heard the song.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, "Oh, did you hear the album from this artist?" And I was like, "No, I didn't listen to it yet." And you go, "Dude, the intro is crazy." So I go, yeah, go ahead and play it. Do you remember what song I'm referring to?
Was it Meek Mill's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remember.
Yes, I do.
So
I do remember. Yeah.
It was Meek Mill's "Dreams and Nightmare"
Yes.
intro.
Yeah.
And many people say that that's the greatest intro of all time. I say it's top 2. That's a discussion for another day. But so I'm listening, you're cutting me out. But
it was just us two. And then I cranked it up a little bit. People are going blast.
So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to like absorb what, the words. I'm zoned out because you're cutting me out. And then the beat drops when he switches it. He's like, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. And I remember, like, you stopped cutting me because you wanted me to, like, and you wanted to see my reaction. I remember looking at you like, this is crazy. And you were like, this is crazy. Yeah. And I remember we put, like, the first 4 songs off the album.
Yeah.
And then I remember somebody else came in and you were like, okay, let's calm down now.
Yeah.
Turn the volume down. But that's a core memory of it that I have.
Wow. I remember that clearly, but that's awesome.
I'll never forget that.
That's super dope.
Every time I hear that song, high key, think of you almost every time.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was the experience almost every time that
it just, like, when the first time I heard it, it got me so hyped. Mm-hmm. And now, like, years later, now it's like, you go to a Sixers game, that's like they're hype. Like,
everywhere. When the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, they came out to that song.
What it did to me, like, when I first heard it, is what it did to, like, the whole city of Philadelphia. It gave everyone, like, that.
Yeah, it gave you, like, some eagerness to do something. Yeah, so I'll never forget that, honestly. But it was just perfect because it was just you and me. And you're like, oh, you didn't hear this yet? I'm like, no, what is it? So that was dope.
Yeah.
Shit. And you left. Did the store across the street from where you had that opened up, and you were like, I need a bigger space.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this my shop.
Yeah.
And how was the transition from there?
So that was another, like, that wasn't a smooth transition. That was like, so Bristol Borough had just won a show. They had won to be on a show called the Small Business Revolution. And
you were featured in that, right?
So yeah, so they were so the Small Business Revolution was to, like, they came to, like, a small town. There was, like, kind of up and coming, just on that borderline of, like, popping, but it just needed that extra boost.
Yeah.
So they were like, Bristol Borough has this. So we won that thing, and they chose 6 small businesses in town to kind of, like, feature, to, like, show the world, like, this small business can be successful, or we can make this small business better. Let's help them tweak a couple things and make them successful. So the Barbershop was featured in that, which was a super dope experience.
I remember watching that. As soon as you posted, like, the little clip, I was like, ooh, I gotta see my man on TV.
Yeah, dude, it was super dope. Good experience. Met a lot of, like, good people.
Good.
I got to get business minded. I got to pick Roger Herjavec's brain. He gave me some information because he was one of the hosts of the show. But yeah, so in that whole transition, I didn't know. So, all right, at this point, I'm at that small shop for 7 years. And every year, my landlord would come, I would sign a year lease. Like, and it was just, like, almost like routine. Like, he was like, oh, I'm here this time of year. I would just, kind of go through and just sign it, right? The year that, like, 6 months prior, he comes in, I'm signing, but he doesn't say anything. He just drops it off and he leaves. So I'm just like for the past 6 years, signing it, like, doing, right? I'm trusting, and I'm super busy. I'm at the shop working, cutting hair. Like, at the end of the day, I'm the one that's mopping the floor. Like, so I'm just like, I don't have time to sit there and read this, like, pamphlet. So I just kind of signed and initialed everything. So the Small Business Revolution, they want to help me out. So my barbershop is 300 square feet. I end up getting the space next to it, which is another 300 square feet. So I wanted to double in size. Yeah. So I was renting 2 spaces that were next to each other, but one side was under construction. So as we're in the middle of construction, my landlord, the owner of the building, passes away. So I'm like, that was kind of like, it sucked for me because he's the one who got me there. He's the one who gave me the opportunity to become a businessman, become like a barbershop owner. Yeah, for sure. So he passed away. So the building was left to whatever, his estates were left to someone else. That person decides to put the building up for sale, but not informing the tenants. Yeah, that's. So we didn't know. So the Small Business Revolution, they're in there helping me out, trying to help me expand my building. We're doing construction. Next thing I know, I get like this guy comes in the barbershop. He's like, yeah, I'm your new landlord. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Like, nice to meet you. I'm like excited, whatever. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to have a talk. There's gonna be some changes. I'm like, all right. In my mind, it's gonna be like rent probably changing, whatever. So he's like, I end up meeting up with him. He's like, yeah, that space you have next door, that's not gonna be yours anymore. I bought this building for my business to be here. I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, I signed a year lease. I'm good. Like, I'm cool. He's like, and I'm telling him this. He's like, nah, the lease you signed was a month to month. So that, like, I signed a month-to-month lease, and I went back because I had copies, and it definitely was a month-to-month.
You were
so I
just
got
so used to
scammed.
it.
So, like, guys, if you ever sign a lease for anything,
Read it.
I don't care how much, like, in a rush you are, how much a pain in the butt it is, go through it thoroughly. Go through it thoroughly. Even if it's someone you trust, because I did, and still got, like...
Read between the lines.
Yes. So then he's like, yeah, and then your space... I'm going to charge you so-and-so, which was double my rent. So I'm like...
Can't do that.
I just went bananas, like, in my mind. And I'm like, I went home, told like, my family, told my mom, told my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife. But,
Shout out to your wife.
Yeah, she was super supportive, but, like, we just started thinking, like, maybe he doesn't even want me there. That's his way to get me out.
Yeah.
So, obviously... barber, local, like I'm well known in the area, made a couple phone calls, and the space that I'm in now was just purchased and it was gutted down to the studs, and there are 3 storefronts. Yeah. They weren't rented out, or their leases, they were just. So I talked to the owner of that building. He's like, yeah, I can get you in this space, and I'll help you out with, like, we'll work something out for the first year or two, where once you get going, then we'll go back. Like, dude, so I moved to this space, so I went from 300 square feet to a new space that's 1,200 square feet. Everything brand new, like from the floor to the ceiling, to with like the old school, like open, like you can see like all the beams, and like if you go to my shop now, it's like super dope. And then
came a long way.
For sure.
Yeah.
So my whole goal was, when I went to double in size, I wanted to hire more barbers, expand the business, or whatever, and then. Moving into a new space, of course, that employees changed too. Some were on board, some weren't. So, and I think that's just part of the business. Any kind of business, like, transaction you make, if you move locations, not everyone's going to follow you. Right. If you make a business decision and your team's not on board, you know what I mean? And you got to think about for you and your family, really.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you live this life for you.
For sure.
Not for anybody else. I remember when you were telling me that you were going to have the other side of the old place.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's dope. It's going to be just a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And then I remember you were like, yeah, we're going to be across the street. Yeah. It's way bigger in there. And I was like, oh, great. And
so if I would have got
space.
the 2 spaces, it would have been like 600 square feet. Now I just went straight to 1,200, and it's
been, you haven't looked back, and I think it's been great. The new experience, as soon as you go into this, it's like a homey experience. It's very welcoming. As soon as I walk in the door, it's like, Vito! And I'm like, oh, yeah. You know? So I feel welcome. And there's no, like, everybody, they know you. You know, you book the appointment with the barber, they know you. And it's just, it's a very homey, welcoming experience, and you're going to get a great cut regardless. All 3 barbers. Starting with you, and then Angie's in the middle, and then Rome. So shout out to all 3, but you just, I like the ambition. You had the ambition, and you had the work ethic behind it, and now you are where you are now.
Yeah, and dude, shout out to Angie and Rome. I love my team right now.
Yeah,
dude, they're super supportive of anything I say or do. I respect their opinions, so I try to, like, accommodate to their needs as well. Like, and we're all on the same vibe, like you said. People walk in, we're like, little kids walk in, we make them feel like the president. Right. Bud, what's going on? Like, it's just, that just makes everyone feel comfortable.
Exactly. That's where you want, especially haircuts are a big deal. Like, me personally, when I leave the shop, I feel like
it's your image.
I feel like I can take over a whole country.
It's your
image.
Like,
literally could walk into the country and then they just give me the keys to run it. That's how confident I am when I get a haircut. So when it's a comfortable experience, you know what I mean, on top of getting a good look. So again, Miguel's Riverside Barbershop. Just one more time. Go in your app store, download the app, book with any three. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you want Miguel, you're going to have to book for next June, okay? But so let's get into that real quick. So you were my barber for like, let's say, I don't know, from 5 to 13, 8 years.
Yeah.
And when you did shout out to my mom because she would, this was at a time where you had no appointments. It was, you show up.
Yes.
So there was some times where my mom would wait out front for 2, 3, maybe 4 hours because you'd be like, V, you got 7 in front of you, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I would tell my mom, look, he's got 7 people, and like she's like, we drove here. You're gonna leave with a haircut.
Yeah.
So she'd either wait out front or she'd go do something else. But so when you did the appointments, I had no chance, man, because like I like a haircut. If I could do it every week, I would do it. Every other week is fine. I have no chance.
Yeah.
I have no chance. So then I transitioned to Rome. Rome is great. Don't get it twisted. Shout out to Rome.
Rome cuts my hair. So,
so I was just I was asking you. I was just about to ask you that. So he cuts your hair.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show.
Yeah.
But so I transitioned to Rome just because there's more like I don't have to freak out like, oh man, I don't think I can get a haircut this week. It's a little more, I can plan it out a little more. But with you, I'm not exaggerating, folks. This guy's next 2 months are booked up. Dude, when is your next available?
I'm not sure. But you know what it is though? It's not even that like I'm like I build a big book, right? Of my regular clientele, which it's based of friends and family now.
Right.
Like my customers are family, like you're family. Like,
yeah.
So most people like to get their haircuts every 2 weeks. So they'll go on the app every Friday, 5 o'clock, and do it every Friday for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then someone else does the same thing.
Yep.
And next thing you know, it's like there's
no openings.
Yeah, so like they're all my regulars, and they find that they're open spot, they're free spot, and they know they can do it every week or every 2 weeks, and they book it for 6 to 8 months to a year. There's people booking for 2023 right now. I see it pop up on my email.
It's insane.
But they just know their schedule, and that's how it works for them. So that's how like I get busy and booked up, because most of the time it's rare that I get someone new in my chair. It's all my regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and you're closed every Monday, correct?
Yeah, closed Sundays and Mondays.
Sundays and Mondays, write that down, people.
Yeah.
So don't try to book for Sunday and Monday because we're not open. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a little segment of the show that we call Riddles with Vito. The riddles have nothing to do with people's intelligence. You're an intelligent man, but what I'm saying is it's always a play on words, or they're trying to trick you. So I just want to note that I'm 14-0 with the riddles here. So I've had 14 guests. No one has got one. So don't feel some type of way if you don't get it, because that's just usually how it goes. So I'm going to give you the riddle. I had one specifically for you because it was barber related. And then the more I thought about it, it was kind of easy. So I'm going to tell you that one, the answer. That's not the one that I'm going to ask you. Because it was the one, this is the answer included. It was, how does a man on the moon get his hair cut? The answer is eclipse it. Like a moon eclipse. I thought it was easy. The more I started thinking about it, I was like, you're a barber. You're going to be thinking of clips and the moon, keyword moon, eclipse. But that's not what we're doing here, people. So I got one different for you. So here we go. Shit. Okay. So again, riddles with Vito. If you crossed ducks and cows, what would you have? If you crossed ducks and cows, what would you have?
Oh my gosh.
I want to know, where's your brain going? Tell me what direction.
Smokes.
All over the place?
Yeah, it is, because, oh man.
If you crossed ducks and cows, what would you have?
Ducks and cows, cow ducks. Oh my gosh.
Anything?
I don't even think I'm not gonna say nothing to that.
All right. So it's okay. It's all right. The streak continues, folks.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
If you
I can't believe I
cross,
threw in the towel.
nah, it's all right. It happens. Anything, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna repeat it one more time with the answer included. If you cross ducks and cows, what would you have? Quackers and milk.
Oh my god. my god.
See what I mean? It has nothing to do with how smart you are. So it's just always a little play on words like that. The streak continues. Salud, I'm going to finish this. Is that your first glass still?
Yeah, it is.
My man's taking it easy.
Got to.
No, you don't. I'll give you a nice little refill.
Let's go.
So you're a red wine guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I go back and forth, but like, yeah, I prefer more of a red. I like.
That's all right. I told you.
Blend.
Yeah, I like white a little more, I think, but there's no problem with the red. I'm not like, I can't drink it.
Yeah,
I think, I'm just a fan of wine in general.
Yeah, same.
Is that your go-to drink?
I like, it is when we're at home unwinding and stuff like that, but for the most part, so I like when I eat dinner, like I like steak, I like meat and stuff, so that's more on the red wine stuff.
Right.
Obviously, if I go to a restaurant, we're eating like seafood, I'll go to the white wine. Just kind of just go with the flow.
According to the
what
meal.
I'm eating, yes. Yeah.
Okay, fair. All right. So you've done some haircuts for some famous people, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Let's, who's the most famous? Are they all professional wrestlers?
I've done...
Anybody else? Because I know you would go to like a wrestling event and cut the wrestlers themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Anybody above that in like status-wise? I mean, like professional athletes, like in the top 5 sports, anything like that.
I think it was just wrestlers. Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, I have like cut like a couple NBA players that were not like anyone big.
Right.
But yeah.
Gabe, so that just goes to show you, he's got pull, and the work speaks for itself. Like these people of a high status, they want a good barber, a great barber actually. They don't want a good barber. Hence him cutting their hair. So I remember, when I was a kid, I was a huge WWF/WWE kind of guy.
Yeah.
I loved it. I like bled when my dad would tell me it's fake. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like they're really hitting each other with the chairs.
Yeah.
But so as I got older, I kind of left that behind. When the old guys come back, I get a little excited when Stone Cold comes back and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like you cut like Triple H's hair.
I did. I cut Triple H. I did his beard.
Right, because he's bald now. But
yeah. And believe it or not, he does have hair. It's blonde, so you really so it looks like it's bald, but it is thin. But
And like, are they like real down to earth kind of guys, or?
Yeah, honestly, dude, they're super dope. Like very like. He's more on the business end right now of the company, so he's like doing, but like he's very open to ideas. Like we talk stuff outside of wrestling, and like he's very. At first, I was scared to like even ask him a question. I'm just like cutting hair. I'm like, this guy's like huge. Like I can't believe I'm like he's like standing in front of me. It was like starstruck for once. But,
I imagine.
But he was like super dope, and he sat down. I'm like, wait, this guy's trusting me right now.
Yeah.
Like. Why not? In my mind, I'm the best, you know? So, dude, it was like having this conversation with him. But here's one thing. So, he's got like this beard thing going on. That's where, in the past like 5 years, we had, like the whole beard like trend has been kind of huge. And that's what we capitalize on. That's what we've been trying to perfect, like the beard fading, like the beard sculpting. So, like, that was one of the things we were kind of in the area trying to master. So, I'm doing his beard. And someone is in front of him. I don't know who it is. No one. They were just asking him questions, and he's talking as I'm trying to do his beard. I'm like, yo, I almost just chopped this guy's beard off. Like I almost messed it up because he just started talking as I'm like shaping up his beard. I'm
Very
like,
risky.
oh my god. I'm like, whoa. And then he looked at me like, I'm like, no, we're good. But he like looked at me like his big old eyeballs like stared at me. He's like, yo, did I just mess this up? But and he was, dude, they are so down to earth. They're just, it's like anything, like
they're human beings,
regular people,
So
they have like a lot of pressure, and he has like a lot of stuff going on, but like to get the opportunity to talk to him,
it's amazing. And like you said, he trusted you.
Yeah.
He almost fucked it up, but
yeah.
He
So
trusted you.
another person was Roman Reigns. So I cut him up the day. So Roman Reigns he left wrestling because he had cancer. And I cut him up the day he made his debut back.
Wow.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes.
That's
it was
real
in
big.
Philadelphia, Money in the Bank.
Nice.
And I cut his hair on his debut back, which was like no one out. So I'm sitting there cutting this guy's hair, and no one out in the stadium even knows he's in the building, let alone he's gonna come out and say he's back. Dude, it gives me chills right now. And he's like the most like humblest guy. Dude, he's such a chill person. Very like super nice to talk to. Very grateful. Like very inspiring. Like he was awesome. He was like one of my favorite ones to cut.
That's dope.
But with
his return too.
Yes, at his return.
Oh,
but yeah, so I've traveled with WWE. I've been to New Orleans, did WrestleMania. I've been to like Denver. I've been New York, obviously Brooklyn, obviously Philadelphia ones.
Yeah.
I've traveled a lot with them in the past years, but that stopped as soon as COVID hit. Stopped.
Of course.
So I just got a note that WrestleMania's gonna be in Philadelphia 2024. So hopefully I'm back on board with them guys there. If not sooner, because now everything's starting to become back to normal. But so how I got that
that was my question. How did
that
you
gig was so there's a company called Maestro's Classic.
Yeah.
So Maestro's Classic, they make a beard butter. They're a beard care company. Now they do more than that, but at the time they're just a beard care company. They do beard butter, beard wash, beard oils, and the owner and the creator of the company is from my hometown, Bristol Borough. And I cut his hair.
Right.
So he's like, yo, I got this company. I'm about to do this, blah, 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 whatever. Shout out to Anthony for giving me like some amazing opportunities. We've done NASCAR. The Sixers, we were part of the Sixers. I've done like stuff with the Sixers with them. Obviously the wrestling. There's been, and then all the barber shows throughout the United States. Been to like with those guys as part of their team.
Would you say the people know, like the athletes, do they know that you specifically are cutting their hair, or they just know that they're getting their hair cut by a good barber? Do you think they know? Like, this guy, Miguel's going to cut your hair?
No. They just know, they're just trusting. They're like, this company's... They're
going to take care of
it.
Because
before Maestros came on board with... So they're actually sponsored by the WWE. They just had stylists, so it was like women just doing their hair. There's none against it, but now, like I said, these guys they all have beards, they have like fades, and different kinds of stuff. So that's their image.
Your expertise,
so now, like some of these guys got like mohawks and stuff. That's their image out on the ring, in the ring. Right. So we come and we make it perfect now. Like before, some of these guys just do their own haircuts. They didn't have time to. Right. So we do the referees, the ring announcers, all that stuff.
It's a blessing again. Life is about blessings and opportunities.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's an amazing journey, man.
I've
also done like UFC, a couple UFC fighters.
Word?
Local, nothing in the major league, but
Right.
Yeah. So
you ever go to a UFC event?
I had like the ones they have in 2300 Arena. In Philly.
Okay.
But like. Word. Those ones are televised, but not nothing like UFC wise.
I'm a big MMA guy.
Yeah.
Some people don't, and they get I get it. They don't want to see a lot of blood and all that. MMA is different than boxing
for sure.
So I hold MMA a little. It's more entertaining because they can take it to the ground. They can, I can hit you with my knee.
Yes.
Anything but a headbutt, which is crazy. The only thing that's illegal is a headbutt. So I'm a big UFC guy, so that's dope that you even cut the UFC once. But when I saw you were cutting Triple H's hair, like when I watched WWF and WWE, he was prime time.
Yes.
So I was like, damn, look at Miguel. He cut my hair, he's cutting Triple H's hair. But that's dope. It's just... life's about blessings, man. So just take them as they come,
dude. And it all comes out to like my talent in just being a barber, and it took me so many places. And it's networking, meeting up with amazing people. They trust in you, and then they're like, oh, people like you. Oh, I got this podcast. You want to come on? I'm like, all right, yeah. Like, I'm supporting you. You supported me all these years, so I'm going to support you.
I appreciate you.
Well, whatever happens to this, I hope this blows up. You know what I mean? You're next to get these celebrities on board. You know what I mean? I know you had a couple football players and stuff.
So at the moment, just one. But shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Q House. But I've been shooting shots.
Yeah. That's what it was. You said yes.
Bro, I've been shooting some shots at. I guess I wouldn't say they're celebrities because they're not in the mainstream now. but they had that status at one point.
Yeah.
And they have a following.
For sure.
And, you know, they got that verified check on every social media, so that I've been just shooting shots. So we'll see. Hopefully they fall in. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. So I appreciate you supporting. I appreciate you coming on.
No,
for sure.
For sure.
But I wanted the people that follow me to come follow you, because I'm telling you, I don't talk about businesses or places that I'm not a part of, or not a part of, but like that I am maybe in tune. I don't know. I'm backing you. I followed you out of that other place to come to your place, because I was like, this guy gets me right. I was like, I'll fuck with him hardcore. I'm gonna go to his shop. Then I'm telling my friends. Then my friends go to you. Like, you know, I remember when I went to my junior prom, somebody was like, yo, who do you go to? And I was like, Miguel's Riverside Barbershop in Bristol. Boom, he went and got his haircut. Like, it's just all, people see I got a nice haircut. They want to know where I get my haircut. And I'm like, it's just not a barbershop. It's literally like, for me, I've been going to this dude. I've been seeing this dude since I was 5.
That's what I'm saying. Your family, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dog.
It's
Straight up.
family.
It's all love.
Yeah,
it's all
man.
love.
Yes.
God bless. So real quick, you recently got married, correct?
Sure. Yep,
Shout out to the wife.
Yes, Lauren.
In Bristol, you got married.
So we
when.
got married in actually Lauren's cousin's backyard in Bristol Borough. It's an old colonial home that backs up to the river, so we used their backyard.
Nice. It was hot as shit that day, wasn't it?
No, actually, it wasn't.
It was raining.
It was supposed to. It kind of missed. It was October 9th. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. The weather was pretty hot, but it wasn't. It cooled off in the evening.
Word.
Yeah, it was outside. Everything was like super dope. The view was amazing. Yeah, dude, it was great. So we're about to October 9th. We're about to come up for her first year anniversary.
God bless.
So she put up my ass for a year. We're
God
good.
Bless. God bless. Word. So this is a part of the show that I need my glasses for, because I can't read without them. We call this segment Bueno or No Bueno. So you know, this is easy for you, but for some people that don't know, I'm just gonna give you one thing, and you're gonna tell me if it's bueno. If you agree with it, no bueno. If you don't agree with it, if you really like it, just say super bueno. All right, so here we go.
I don't like that laugh before.
You don't like that laugh?
Yeah, your laugh, the way you're giggling.
I'm just
setting me up with some.
No setups here. I'm just in a good mood. I got my dog to the right of me, you know.
Sure.
So here we go. Mustard.
Bueno.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that you don't want it on? So
I like mustard. I like spicy mustard though, over just a regular yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Any kind of brown spicy or I like flavor. I like just.
All right. Fair enough. Sushi.
Bueno.
Okay. Any favorite roll?
Oh man, well you know some of these places have like they create their own names, so like yeah I like any kind of tuna or spicy tuna.
You know what's crazy? That was gonna be my next one, tuna. So you're gonna say bueno? Oh god, the smell makes me want to vomit.
Love it.
Okay, good. Well, not good for you, but good.
Yeah.
But, let's do Hawaiian pizza.
No bueno.
Good, my man, pots and pans.
I don't. So I can't do like the sweet and salty thing in one and warm all at the same. Like I don't know. I just can't.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I just don't think any fruit should be hot.
I don't like. I know growing up, my grandfather would make ham with like pineapples and stuff on it. I can't do that.
Bro, like when people are like, "Oh, you don't like pie?" I'm like, "No, I don't like pie."
Oh, you don't like fruit in general like that? Hot. Oh, okay.
Fruit should be cold.
Yeah, I like a pie. I like a good apple pie. Or something like
fair.
That.
So you just don't like piece?
No, but I just don't like pineapple like
hot.
Well, I'm saying pineapple like
and a ham. Yeah, I'm with you. And then the sauce and the cheese on top of it. It's too much.
Who's gonna put pineapple and cheese like on top? Whatever.
And then it like caught on, and people were like, "You know what? We're gonna sell this at every pizza shop." Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. Camping.
Bueno.
You ever gone?
Yes, I've gone when we were younger. So we were like in the Cub Scouts or whatever when we were younger. We've done it, but I have my brother has 2 boys. I have 2 nephews, and my other brother has. So they're like 5. Well, James is 7, and then Kate is 4. So they're like in that age where like we're trying to introduce them to camping. So we went and got like tents, and we actually did like a whole camping thing in the backyard. Yeah, just to give them like pre-thing, see how it is. Yeah, but just to warm them up. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing like the real thing in the future. So yeah, I'm into it. Like getting back into it. It's like before you're
literally you don't really care.
Yeah, it's like
shit. Yeah. I just the whole. At any moment, like a skunk could come up and spray the tent. Maybe he smells like I got some food in it. Yeah, that you're in the animals world.
Yeah, for sure.
So that kind of creeps me out. Do I want to go camping? Yeah, I gotta at least once to just be like, maybe I do like it. Who knows? Yeah. But the idea of it, freaks me out. Okay, I'll do a couple more here. Nutella. For my American friends, Nutella. That's how you say it. Nutella. Yeah, crazy. But go ahead.
That's weird. I'll just say Bueno, but I'm not like a chocolate or fudge like type anything. So that's not like. Okay. I like my daughter loves it, so like she'll make sandwiches or she'll do whatever, have it, and I'll just eat it. But like it's not like. Okay. I don't like it. I don't hate it.
Right. So you're in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're going to go Bueno just because I'm right here next to you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So the things you could do with Nutella is actually out of this world.
I'm sure.
On top of pancakes.
Yeah.
French toast inside the French toast. Yeah. You could literally, some mornings I just do a bagel with peanut butter on one side and Nutella on the other side and just call it a day right there. When I was a kid, when you first started cutting my hair when I was 5, my lunch was white bread and just Nutella.
Yeah, you come sit in a barber chair. You used to have Nutella stuck to the side of your mouth.
Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I that's the next sponsorship I want is from Nutella. So shout out to Nutella. But for me, super bueno. Yeah. And the last one we'll do here, amusement parks. For you, not cause not if your daughter likes them. You go.
Yeah, right.
You.
It's another love-hate kind of thing. Like I'll say Bueno. I like them. I just hate the lines. I hate the riff-raff that kind of gets. But I love the roller coasters. I love the whole vibe of that stuff. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I just don't like the.
So you don't have a problem with heights or anything like that?
No. And it's honestly though. Now that you say that, last year we went to like Great Adventure. I got on a ride and I felt like for the first time like, wait, this is crazy. But I mean, as I get older, I think that might happen. But I'm not letting it get to my head.
See, as soon as I think about it, like literally right now, my hands are sweating because when I think about being high up or being upside down, I get like a queasy feeling.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
I love the rush.
I think my sisters started that. I want to say sisters plural because I don't know which one started it, but they used to like joke with me that they were gonna throw me down the stairs, like as a joke. They were never gonna do it. Yeah. But I would just be like terrified. Yes. And then like if I was on a platform and I was high up, I would just think about like this is so far up. Anything like a Ferris wheel, anything. I get so like psyched out. My hands start sweating. Oh, so on a roller coaster, King the Ka, one of my best friends, Greg, shout out to Greg, he does that shit all the time. When it just goes straight, no shot. My stomach would hit me in my face. No shot. Okay. Yeah. So I have the privilege of learning a lot at my job. I'm not really fond of my job, but I learn a lot of information. I know a lot of like useless information, I would say. Yeah. Like just fun facts and shit. So there's some things I saw this week that I wanted to bring up here. So this was called Eye in the Sky. Anybody who knows me knows I'm obsessed with space, so here we go. The Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, also known as the AATIP, was secretly run by the United States Department of Defense from 2007 to 2012. The agency spent millions researching bizarre schemes such as tunneling through the moon using nuclear weapons. The aim was not to create a window to outer space, but to search for ultralight metals hiding at the center of the moon. Analysis believe that there might be metals 100,000 times lighter than steel and just as strong.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
It takes 3 days to get to the moon.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You're afraid of heights, but you say you like space. Like the
idea. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
good point. The idea of space. The fact that we know nothing about it makes me want to know about it. Would I go up to space? Probably not. Would I want to go up for like maybe 20 seconds and then tell the pilot like, all right, let's go back down?
Yeah.
I just want to see the Earth. Actually, I think the pictures that we see do it justice.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how the Earth looks.
I don't
But they
know.
also could be lying. They could be lying.
For sure. But I am definitely curious on what's out there.
Yeah, I think we need to do more like detective work in the ocean and in
Deep
space.
sea. Oh,
Yeah.
the deep sea is a whole nother world.
Bro, we know nothing.
Yeah, scratch the
They
surface
said we
of
have discovered 5% of the ocean.
Yeah.
And the Earth is like 87% water.
Yeah.
Like what? How we've only discovered 5%? That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But the space thing, aliens definitely exist. We just we've had contact with them and we don't know,
Yeah.
or we haven't because they're so far away.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, I want to know.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah, it's
100,000 times lighter than steel, but just as strong. That boggles me.
So, yeah,
That's crazy.
that is insane.
And here's one more thing. This was the crater of Diamonds State Park. It's in Arkansas. Is a treasure hunter's paradise with 37 acres set aside as a public search area for gems, rocks, minerals, and other precious stones. This field is the remnant crater of a volcanic pipe from a 95 million year old volcano. Guests are invited to bring their own mining tools. No motorized tools are allowed. To date, more than 33,000 diamonds have been discovered at this park, including a 40-carat white diamond named Uncle Sam, the largest diamond ever found in the United States. So what I think we should do...
When are we going?
Yeah, exactly. We should take like a weekend trip in Arkansas and just start chiseling away.
Let's go.
And maybe we walk out with something that you could put in your ears or around your neck. Do you have your ears pierced?
Let's go. I did. When I was younger, I did.
Yeah, no more?
Nah, I hit an age, and kind of for me, I just wanted to pull them things out. It's not my image anymore.
So
being 42 years old, to me, it's like, I mean, it works for some people. For me personally, yeah.
Right. Did they close up your holes in your
No,
ear?
they didn't. Cause,
okay.
I've had them for it's so funny. My daughter had some earrings. I'm like, yo, let me see something. Boop, I popped them in like a month ago. I'm like, yo, I still got them. But, diamond, dude,
I was obsessed with getting my ears pierced. Shout out to Alessandro. He was on this show. He used to get your hair cut.
Yeah.
Or he used to get his hair cut by you, excuse me. But he's had his ears pierced since he was like 11 or 12 or something. And he always made me want to get my ears pierced. My dad was like, don't even get any ideas. You're not getting your ears pierced. So I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
So that's what, going back, you saying Alessandro, that's what I love about you guys. You guys are a big, strong family. Like, I look at your Instagram, you're playing with your nephew. Like,
shout out to Johnny.
Yeah, he's the man. You're like, that kid's gonna be Instagram famous just through you because
I hope so.
And it's like your culture is like ours and very family oriented, very close, and that's how I am with my brothers and like my nephews and whatever we do. We try to raise like this, dude. We're in like crazy times. So like to raise these kids up to become, especially boys, like to men now, make them men when they get older.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's hard, but like keeping like the family bond and keep the family together. It's huge. It's huge. Yeah. So like they have anyone. I tell my nephews, I'm like, dude, you guys, if you want to talk to someone, you don't feel comfortable talking to your dad, and you don't want to talk to me, or you can talk to. You have other options. You know what I mean? We can work things out. So like
let them know.
It's for sure.
Especially like this. I feel like men have been just taught that you're supposed to hide in everything that you feel.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, I'm glad that it is like this, but don't do that. It's just, you got to talk to somebody. So like you said, if your nephew doesn't want to talk to his dad, he can talk to you.
Yeah.
You're not going to just run to your brother right after.
Exactly.
Depending on what it is.
The situation, Right. But it's like building confidence. Like my daughter, she's 15, so that's like a tough age right now for her. So I'm like, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, like you can talk to, so I don't have her full time, talk to your stepdad or talk to your uncles, any one of them. They'll be there supportive and talk, and they'll help you out with it. And she's taking that, like she's like, okay, like if I don't know, I don't want to tell my dad, but I want to get this off my chest. I could talk, like just to let people.
The younger generation just needs to know that they can talk to people.
Yeah.
Specifically, I think family's the best way to go. But if your family, you don't feel like you can. Talk to somebody, your friends, anybody, school counselor, anybody.
And it depends on your family. Like I said, your family's very close. You guys
like
have
yours,
but like there are some family they're kind of
all over the place.
But It depends. It's whatever. You know.
Your culture is honestly very similar to my
sure,
culture.
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So you're Puerto Rican, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
My family,
Were you born?
No, I was born here. My dad, my family was born. They were born in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And yeah.
When you would talk to your dad, would you speak Spanish?
So it would be a mixture of. So I'm the first child from my parents, but also the first grandchild and my mom from my mom's side. So like my grandparents, all they spoke was Spanish. So that's all growing up. I knew it was just Spanish.
Word.
Even when I went to kindergarten, I'm like, Leo, why aren't the adults speaking Spanish? I just thought that was so I was more fluent with it. And then as we got older, it was just like talk to each other like how it comes out. Yeah. Sometimes some words are funnier in Spanish. Yeah. So so when you say stuff,
the same thing for me.
And then what's so funny, so my grandparents, we talk to them in Spanish, but my younger cousins, they don't speak Spanish. So they talk to my grandmom in English. She responds back in Spanish, but they don't understand it. They communicate. It's so crazy. They understand it, but they can't speak it. And my grandparents, they can speak English. It's broken up, and it's a hard time trying to figure it out. So they don't speak Spanish. But
I'm with you on the whole. Sometimes a word is funnier, like you said, in a different language.
Yes.
So if we're out in public, my dad wants to say a certain word in Italian, he'll say it, and then it'll make me laugh more than if he said it in
me and my
English.
brothers. So my dad passed away 10 years ago. He was the baby of 11. So he has his whole family's. We get together and it's just nothing but laughter and stuff like that. So me and my brothers, we kind of mimic what they did, and say the goofy stuff that they would say, and it's inside joke between us, but it's it's just to keep the culture alive. And we talk to it in front of our kids.
Very important, though.
But it's so my daughter, when she was first in her earlier ages, 1, 2, 3 years old, my mom had her. They would talk to her in Spanish, and then kind of got separated from that. And so now she in high school, she wants to study Spanish full. She wants to
good
understand it, learn it, read it, write it. She wants she wants to
good.
Yeah.
That must make you feel.
Oh no, for sure.
Great, yeah.
Absolutely. And my daughter, Ava Adora Velez. Adora means adore, love, and she's the whitest girl with blue eyes and blonde hair. So hopefully she can speak Spanish, but she's Puerto Rican and she's you know what I mean. So
when's the last time you've been to Puerto Rico?
10 years ago, and I'm patiently waiting to go because I want to take my wife, who's never been, and I want to take my daughter.
Good.
So I want to take both of them. So I'm trying to find the right time. Hopefully next year, find the right time to take both of them and kind of show them around to where my dad grew up.
Yeah.
He lived on a farm, 100 acres, and they had coffee. Where he was from, where they lived, was beautiful. They were more in the farmlands of Puerto Rico, mountainish kind of. So I want to take them there and have them kind of show them the true culture. Even though Puerto Rico right now is a little bit more Americanized and Americans are attacking it and buying buildings left and right and stuff. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's the culture is kind of
fading away. Yeah, no, you're right. I went once. It was on a cruise. Okay. So I didn't get to spend too much time there. Yeah. But when I was there, I was like, this is a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I would like to go and actually explore.
Yes.
Yeah. So well, who knows? I'll ask you for where I should be going.
Yeah. I don't know that. Like I said, 10 years, things probably changed. So. Right. But I still have family there.
Good.
We keep in contact. My best friend Mario, his parents still live there. So last time I went was for his wedding. He got married out there, so I stayed with his parents a couple nights, which is cool. It's authentic living, You're out there, and they live up in the mountains, so we're up. And wake up with the roosters, dude. It's great. It's the best, dude.
That's nice. I like that you said that because in 2 weeks, August 21st, I'll be in Italy for my cousin's wedding. Nice. So I like that you said that. Yeah. But that's probably another reason why I gravitated towards you is because you're Puerto Rican, I'm Italian. You have culture. Your family's culture. My whole background is my character is my culture, I would say. Yeah. So we share that in common, so that's dope.
Yeah, no. It is very similar. Did I hear people talking? I hear you guys talking. I heard you went Sal from VNS at the
Shout
Barbershop.
out to VNS.
So he was sitting there. I cut his hair. He's the OG.
50 years.
50 years of
Business.
VNS.
Sure.
So you walked in and you guys started talking, and I understood, like, for the most part, your conversation.
Yes.
Because the language is very, very similar.
Very.
So, like, yeah, it's
You could probably pick up like every 4 or 5 words.
Yeah,
and
I could put the conversation together.
Right, yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
So, my high school didn't let me take Italian. They said I was too advanced for Italian, but they let the Spanish exchange student from Barcelona take Spanish.
Wow.
But so I took Spanish. I got like a 97 or 96 in Spanish because it's just based off of it's so similar.
Yeah, super.
Would you like one more glass?
Yes, I'm down.
Okay, great. We're going to end this show with the last segment of the show that I like to end with. It's called 50-50. So if you're new to the show, I'm just going to give my guest here two options, and he's just going to pick one or the other. If it's too tough to decide, you can say both. I don't recommend it, but you can do both. So here we go. Money tree or invisibility powers?
I would do invisibility powers.
What would you do if you could be invisible?
Dude, I mean, you could be everywhere.
Yeah.
You could do. There's so much stuff you could do. You can observe a lot of things without people knowing you're around.
Right.
Like there's so much. You know what I mean? You ever hear like that phrase? If I was a fly on the wall,
you could be the fly on the wall.
Walk right in. Yeah, exactly.
Right. See if somebody. You know what I'm always curious about is when I leave a room, or like let's say I'm at this restaurant and I leave before everybody else. I always want to know. If they're what they talk about, like did they say I talk too much? Did they say what a great guy? Like whatever they say, I always want to know. Yeah. So if I could be invisible,
for sure,
stay there.
Yeah,
you walk out the door, come back in.
Yeah,
they don't know that you're there. Yeah, so I'm with you. Okay, whale watching or snorkeling in a coral reef?
So. I would do the snorkeling because we were just talking about like the deep sea, dude. I've never done it, so I would like to see what's underneath there. And I know people say it's like you said through videos and stuff you see on. It's beautiful, so I would love to see what's down there. Right. If I could ever see what's beyond, like in the deep sea, that's like I said, I'm curious. I'm curious to know what's underneath of us.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Here's a quick little story. I went snorkeling with my ex-girlfriend. Shout out to Tia. She's still great people. We went to Punta Cana, and there was plenty of excursions to choose from. And she was so set on snorkeling with sharks and stingrays. And I said, did you read that? It says sharks and stingrays. Stingrays killed Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
So she's like, I think we should do it. And I was so set on. I was like, listen, let's drive ATVs in the mud. And she's like, no, we're gonna go. So we went. I was terrified. So like the boat, it was a booze cruise, and then they drop you off in the middle of the ocean. But so they park here, and then you have to swim to the area here. So I'm like, I'm not even worried about getting over there where the sharks are. I'm like, what if like a shark that just is roaming around wants to eat me from the swim here to here? So I was freaking out. So we get into like this cage. It wasn't like a cage where like an aquarium cage. It was like literally these animals are native here. They just blocked them off, so they have tons of room to swim and enjoy themselves. But so you get in this, you're snorkeling. So like I have the thing up to breathe. I got my goggles on. I am looking down and there's nothing but sharks.
Oh my god!
And they kept saying they're Nerf sharks. They don't eat you or they won't bite you. I'm like, you don't know. You really don't. Like, what if this shark thinks I look great and I want to eat? And he wants to eat me. So the swim is like, let's say it was 100 yards. I don't think it was that long, but so you have to swim across, and then once you get across, then you can go back to the boat. So this tank is full of like 50 sharks and 50 stingrays.
Oh my god!
Constantly, they're all swimming every direction. And I remember, like, towards the end, I looked straight down just to make sure, and one of the sharks was swimming up, and I was like, oh my god, he's coming for me. He didn't, but I started panicking. I'm freaking out. My girlfriend's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm fucking scared. I was just so scared. We get close to the end, and the guy's like, you take a picture with a stingray. He turns it upside down. Sharks and stingrays share this in common. When you turn them upside down, they go to this like trance state. Like they're breathing and they're okay, but they don't they can't move really.
Yeah,
so he's flapping his, like, I don't know what to call it, but the
Yeah.
stingray's like flapping, and he's like, oh, you gotta hold it. I looked at her, I go, you can hold it. So she's holding it with her hands, both hands, and I have her snorkel shit and mine. And I'm sitting off to the side, and I gave the most scared smile I've ever gave in my life. I'm like, and, that was that.
Yeah,
but so
funny.
it was the boat experience was great.
Yeah.
Being in the water, I was terrified. That's just because I'm scared of a lot. So
This is what I'm learning right now.
yeah,
All these
yeah.
years I've known this, I'm learning a lot today.
Because, bro, when you're in the water, they say fish out of water. We're so out of our comfort zone.
yeah.
We don't swim like they swim.
No, absolutely.
Even Michael Phelps would be scared if there was some crazy. So me personally, I'm gonna go whale watch. But okay, let's do this one. Airbnb or hotel?
I like it's kind of both. Yeah, it's like
cons,
yes, it depends on where you're going.
So what would you pick?
What's that?
What would you pick if you had to pick one? If you had to.
Like right now, like Airbnb is like it's the hot thing right now. Like you can get like a nice Airbnb where it's a beautiful home and whatever, or you can end up in like freaking some little shack that you thought it was freaking. So the most secure thing is a hotel.
Okay. I like the hotel too because you don't have to pay for the cleaning fee. They don't charge you that.
Accommodations and stuff.
Right.
Like
Yeah. You need more towels to bring it up to you. Like I'm probably going hotel. We're talking toilet paper here. Over or under?
Toilet paper is over.
Thank God.
Toilet paper is over.
Yeah, it has to be. So here's the thing: if you go, like you were to, if say you were to come over to my house and it was under,
I would correct it.
God bless. Thank
yes,
God.
absolutely.
I do that shit all the time.
And at the shop, right? Obviously, we have a bathroom, and I have like this cabinet with all the toilet paper and stuff. So when it runs out, people put it in, like they replace it for me. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Right.
But you did it under.
Do it over.
And so what I've learned, people say is like this goes for people that have pets, like cats or whatever. So if it's over, a cat will play with it and it'll just waste the toilet paper.
Okay.
If it's under, a cat or dog will play with it, it'll just keep flipping.
Now I'm learning.
I asked.
Do you have any pets?
No, I do not.
Good.
I do have a goldfish.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the fish.
Goldfish.
I like
hold
the
on.
fish.
One goldfish that we just got. Lauren won it, my wife, at the St. Mike's Fair, and she's treating this thing like it's a damn. Oh my gosh.
So how long have you had it? Because goldfish at the fairs usually don't last that long.
No, so we did have 3. We have 1 right now. So it's been like 3 weeks. Wow. So
okay, going strong. Did you name him?
She named. This one that's still living is Ralphie.
Ralphie, shout out to Ralphie. I hope you keep kicking.
Ralphie.
Or swimming, all that. So yeah, I had fish before. And here's a funny story. I went to Italy with my dad and my sisters. My mom had to stay with my grandma. And we had like 7 fish. When I came back, all 7 were dead.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, you didn't feed them, did you? She's like, oh, I did. Shout out to my mom.
Overfed them.
Yeah, right, maybe. But my mom's not a pet person, period. So I've always said when I do move out, I want a dog.
Yeah.
I want that relationship with an animal. Man's best friend, I believe that
for sure.
wholeheartedly. So I do want a dog. But okay, let's plow ahead here. Dripping sweating or freezing cold?
I mean, it's as dumb as it sounds. It's like because if you're cold, right, you can layer up and just try to get yourself warm. If you're sweating, like you can just be butt ass naked. You're still sweating. You're gonna still be hot. Like there's no stopping that or helping it.
Yeah.
I mean.
So what are you gonna go with? This is a brain buzzer.
Yeah, why? Why? Because I'm like trying to like. So I do like the cooler weather. So like the cooler.
Oh, you do?
I do.
From being Puerto Rican,
my
you
family
like.
Yes. Like the not cold, like the cooler, like
cooler weather.
Yeah, fall is like my favorite.
Okay.
And but I don't want to be cold. No, I'd rather be dripping sweat.
Me too. I think it's just once you are in that state and your body's like, yo, we are hot.
Yeah.
I think it's just much easier to deal with than being cold. Because like you said, how many layers can I put on?
Yeah.
Until I feel, like we're this is not including like, oh, I can put the AC on or I can put the heat on. I'm
Yeah.
talking like, would you rather be hot as shit or cold as shit?
Yeah.
I'm going hot as shit with
Yeah.
you. It's just
Yeah.
the hotter weather makes me feel better anyway. Like I'm at my peak in the summer. My skin starts tanning up. Like I'm in my
Yeah.
natural state. So here we go. Plow ahead here. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffle. I'm a waffle guy.
I think you might be the first person on this show that said waffles.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with waffles.
I like a Belgian waffle with like some fruit on top.
Okay.
I mean, you could do
What-
the same thing with a pancake.
Right. What specific fruit you want on top?
It could be strawberries or bananas. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
No blueberries? You like blueberries?
I do like blueberries. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is French toast above waffles?
I do love me some like a good French toast. Yes, I would do a good French toast over a waffle.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be a driver or a passenger?
I'd rather be a driver, take control, have control of everything.
I agree so much.
Yeah.
I trust myself. Not that like if I was in a car with you, it's not that I don't trust you.
No.
I just would trust myself more
Yeah.
to make sure we're safe.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to be safe,
Yeah.
that's all. Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
I'm not a morning person, so I'm sunset. I'm not like to get up in the morning and watch the sunrise.
Yeah, no?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
But I would miss it.
Okay, so you're not an early bird. You're not. Okay.
No.
That was going to be my next question, but
Yeah.
good, we already know. Flats or drums?
Flats.
Explain.
I don't know. I just like I got this little method that I do when I eat them. It's like this weird, like,
Explain the method.
yo, oh my god, yo, hold on. So, and it's weird you say that because I just saw someone on TikTok doing this weird thing where they pull both pieces of bone. No,
Yo.
they put it in their mouth and slide both pieces of bone out, and then
Is
like,
that true? Though?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I just kind of like
saw that video.
Yeah, I just kind of grab both pieces like and just split it. So it's me here,
Right.
boom,
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 boom.
and that's it.
Call
yeah,
it a day. Okay.
yeah.
All right. My argument is just always there's more meat on the drums. That's just a
Well,
fact.
yeah.
But I like that I feel like I have more control of the drum all the whole time.
Oh yeah.
That's just my thing.
No,
I don't discriminate
Yeah,
against
no, you're-
the flat.
Yeah.
Blue cheese or ranch?
Ooh, neither.
What do you do with your wings?
I
Eat them the way they are?
Yeah, I get them. I get my wings extra crispy, mild, and that's it.
Okay, very specific here, people.
Yes.
Good,
No
I like
sauce,
it.
No,
I like it.
no dipping.
So you don't
sauces.
like blue cheese, though?
I don't like. No, not that I don't like blue cheese. I don't. It's not my. I don't know. Not with that. I like. So if I have a salad, I'd rather have like blue cheese crumble than blue cheese dressing. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Specific.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's I like
And,
it.
yeah.
I like it. Let's do television series or movie.
Movie.
Okay.
I can watch a movie and that's it. Get a series. I know I'll go halfway through, forget about it, or not. Yeah.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs
All day.
all day. Dogs,
You ever had a dog?
Dogs. Yes.
Okay.
I've had a couple.
Okay. No cats.
No, never had a cat.
Good.
My wife wants a dog right now. I'm like, nah, let's hold off.
We'll wait.
We're super busy. Our schedule's so crazy for a dog right now. Not yet.
Word. Okay. And this is the last question that I like to end with here. There's no right or wrong answer. Whatever you say, it doesn't matter. But I want to know your opinion. I value your opinion. So here we go. Loyalty or respect?
I'm going with like loyalty. Someone that's loyal to you is gonna give you everything you need and take care of you. Like there's with the respect. I mean, obviously there's people you automatically just respect because of their position in life or work or whatever. But if you're loyal to someone or someone's loyal to you, that's like you put time into that too. You would just become loyal to just anybody.
Yeah, no.
So I'm going loyalty.
Okay. Like I've been loyal to you.
Yeah.
As
absolutely.
soon as you told me, you were like, "Yo,
Yes.
I have my own shop. I'm gonna be in Bristol." I
Yeah.
was like, "The only reason I come to this shop is because of you." I was like, "Great. Tell me the address. I will be there such and such."
Yeah.
And then you were like, "Yo, I'm moving across the street." And like you said, you got to put in work for loyalty.
So yeah, like I said, loyalty. That's loyalty. Like
Yeah.
I'm loyal to you, you're loyal to me, and that's a bond that was created within years.
Through
But if you
hard
were
work,
to introduce me to your boss, I have respect for him because of
Right.
he runs a business or a
Association,
company. Yes,
yeah,
exactly. But I'm not loyal to him. You know what I
Right,
mean? So loyalty all day.
I'm with you.
Gotta
It is
gotta put in that work, man.
yeah. With like, I think you can respect everybody.
Yeah,
You can't be loyal to everybody.
yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So.
And I appreciate your loyalty, man. I appreciate all this stuff. And
Yeah,
like,
dog.
dude, what you got going on is like super amazing. It's super dope. And like, dude, as soon as I heard you said you had this going on, like, I actually ran across my brother. I'm like, yo, we got to get Vito on. And we're just waiting for the right time, but we'll definitely have you on our podcast.
Word.
But when you asked me, I was like, yeah, no doubt, like, for sure.
Yeah,
Let me
just-
know when. I know your schedule's crazy, my schedule's crazy, but we made it work. And like,
My schedule's a little more lenient, I would
Okay,
say, than
yeah.
yours.
okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yours is a little more. You got a family.
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
a
yeah.
business. You
Yeah.
know, I'm a little just more lenient. So when the time works for you and your brother, I'm there. Just
Yeah,
know
for
that.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Whatever that day is, it could be a Tuesday. It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah, yeah.
So. I don't care how this sounds. I got mad love for you, like
Yeah,
straight
for
up.
sure. Nah, no
I've
doubt.
known. I don't think I'm joking when I say that. At least once a month, from the age of 5 until the age of 24,
Yeah.
right now, I've seen you at least once a month,
It's so crazy.
and it's
Yeah.
not just like a yo, what up?
Yeah.
We call it a day. No, it's like, what's good? You good?
Yeah,
How's
yeah,
it, how's
yeah.
everybody? How's the family?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So
for sure, yep.
it's a different level here.
It's genuine, bro.
Facts.
It's like,
Keyword genuine.
it is.
So that's just know that we got a genuine relationship here. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Miguel's Riverside Barbershop, best barbershop in the state of Pennsylvania by far. I'll go tri-state area, okay? Because I've been to the tri-state.
Oh.
So that's you're a very humble guy, so you could just sit there and giggle. That's fine, but this is how I feel. So go on to your wherever you download an app. Wherever, and type in Miguel's Riverside Barbershop, download it, make an appointment with any of the three. Shout out to Romeo, shout out to Angelo, shout out to my guest, the GOAT. So shout out to Miguel's Riverside Barbershop. Shout out to you one more time for coming,
Dude, I appreciate you, man.
taking the time out of your day.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sure you had a jam-packed day.
Busy day, Friday.
Full of- yeah,
Busy Friday.
exactly. Full of clients. So I hope you enjoy your Sunday and your Monday off.
For sure.
You deserve
Definitely.
it. So
Yeah.
just make sure you're subscribed already. If you're not, Vibrations with Vito, every platform. I'm talking Apple, I'm talking Spotify. If you use Anchor, I'm on Anchor. Shout out to Anchor one more time. They're the reason that I make a little bit of money off this for right now. Let's keep it at right now. But on YouTube, subscribe. Vibrations with Vito. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 22. Ciao for now.
Peace.
Oh.